Well, let's now link up with our Leila Mohammed, who has been holding fort at the National Tallying Center at the Bomas of Kenya.
That's right. Leila Mohammed coming up on our screens in just a moment. Leila, all eyes on the Bomas of Kenya. Anxious Kenyans waiting for those results. What can you report at this time tonight?
Well, let me step outside of the screen so that you can have a glimpse of what is happening here at the Bomas of Kenya. Much activity, more than we've seen in the last 48 hours. This is the second or the third night after this critical election, a transitional election. What you're seeing on your picture are the presidential agents. If I can just pick them out, the lady who has been here since morning, just about to leave. This is the deputy governor of Nyeri County, the outgoing team. She's part and parcel of Azimio One Kenya Alliance. Presidential agents. Paul Mwangi has also been here all day. On the other side, Uasin Gishu County woman representative, just having our back to our camera, Gladys Boschele leading the Kenya Kwanza team. Many of them sitting here, Moses Kuria and Governor Josephat Nanok, just at the lower steps here, just to show you how many of their representatives are here. Earlier we took you through what was happening at the tables. There were 6. They had to add a few more. At the far end, maybe, Eric, if you can show them on the other side, those critical officers that have been awaited for since counting started. Those are the constituency returning officers ready with their documentation. Once a table is free, then they come up to where other IEBC officials are. So if you look at this particular table, they're just finishing up. So the next one in line will be able to walk straight here. There will be 3 IEBC officials. There will be that returning officer, and there will be 4 agents from the presidential teams, as well as observers just going through the paces of looking through what is happening and the whole process of verification and just looking into those documentation and signing the various documents that are needed will be going on. Wafula Chebukati making only one announcement or after the initial report that he gave us, and this is for Webuye East constituency, where the numbers as they stand, William Ruto 16,412, Raila Odinga 13,720, Mwaure Waihiga 110, and George Wajakoya 249. There are about 48,950 registered voters in that constituency, and the valid votes were 30,491 with 384 votes rejected. Speaking about those Form 34As that are currently being uploaded on the portal, looking at the picture, we are at 46,195 of those Form 34As have been uploaded out of 46,229, which brings us to a tally of 99.93%, which means quite a small number, but critical number as well, of those Form 34As need to be put up on the portal. So those of us, like us in the media, who have been downloading and giving you those critical numbers can continue with the tally. This will be the second night, an all-nighter for many who are here. Wafula Chebukati insisting that he has 3 more days to go before he can be under any pressure of any sort to make that critical announcement. And like you just said, James, the anxiety among many Kenyans for this whole process to probably come to a close is really high, and Wafula Chebukati understands that. Earlier, he brought a team of religious leaders just to pray for this country and to read the Bible and to give Kenyans a bit of calmness and understanding, and the particular Bible verse they were reading and the words they were choosing were just to calm the nerves of Kenyans against anxiety or against any other wishful thinking that probably this could be done within this night or not. Wafula himself insisting that as much as this is a slowly, painstaking process, it is critical that accuracy and transparency and having objectivity in terms of undertaking this process is what many Kenyans are able to get out of this entire process. So it will be an all-nighter for the team here at the Bomas of Kenya. While they make those announcements, we'll be bringing you up to speed with the next few constituencies, because since that announcement was made, these tables behind me have been quite busy and many have come and gone. So there's a possibility that many more might be announced within the next few hours, if not up until morning, as we are here as well to get you those details as they come, Smriti and James.
Absolutely, absolutely, Leila. Just before I let you go, the prayers are very comforting, and that's very nice, but Kenyans are waiting for those results. The question of things now moving to the next level, we are now done with almost Form 34As, and what's happening around you is, all the returning officers who have come back and are physically now verifying the Form 34As that they have so that we create this Form 34B. Do you have any indication of how many returning officers have arrived at Bomas as we speak at this hour?
Well, maybe I can just take a look and count for you. I can see maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 already on the other aisle of this facility, and the tables are 4, so those are 12 plus maybe 4, 16. The ones that I can see physically here at the tallying center, maybe more coming in. Wafula Chebukati and his team not really giving us the numbers. By the time we were asking those questions, only one constituency, and that is Webuye East, had come, and they were giving us figures of 103 Form 34As and 101 Form 34Bs. So I'm just giving you what I can see, like I said, on the floor of this amphitheater, and not much details from IEBC. They haven't come back to us to give us numbers in terms of how many have already arrived. Wafula Chebukati as well, after those prayers, him and his team leaving without giving us any details or indicator or when next there will be another briefing, if at all there will be this evening.
Leila, it looks rather busy and also calm in the background, which is always a good thing. But give us a sense of what the atmosphere has been like there during the day. What's the energy been like? Because it's exhausting for many of these agents working out the maths. And have there been any disagreements or any issues of concern at the Bomas of Kenya today?
Well, from the vantage point that I had seated in this amphitheater, a lot that you can see, a lot that you can be able to read in the body language of the people coming in, their faces, their expressions. The critical point is that either of the parties of the 4 individuals who are vying for presidency, once they were in this tallying center, they were very cordial with each other. They had small conversations. They had jokes amongst themselves. There were moments where they were having discussions in small numbers between themselves, and these were people from opposing sides of this campaign. At some point, those agents were looking into the IEBC members at about 2 to 3 p.m. They were asking the IEBC officials to come here, and it's what seemed like there was a bit of confusion was just to get a better understanding of the logistics, who will sit in what table, how many agents will be able to be allowed to sit on those tables. And IEBC has been critical to insist that they do not want the many number of people who are not necessarily seated on the tables and working on those Form 34As just to step aside and give the team that is working down here the opportunity to do their job well and without any confusion. They are, however, allowing 1 or 2 major agents from the opposing councils just to do a tour of the hall on the floor of the IEBC amphitheater here at Uchaguzi Center, and just to get an understanding of what is happening. Earlier in the day, several international and diplomatic agencies have been here. One critical attendee was Meg Whitman, the U.S. ambassador, just 2 weeks old here, coming here also to check what is going on. There were the European Union observers as well as other local and international observers who come and visit the IEBC offices, and they're brought here to just catch a glimpse of what is going on at this particular facility. However, IEBC, when they were giving us their brief earlier, they were insisting that these agents who are coming here have already been given a lifeline to check as IEBC is uploading. Other than this portal, they have something else where they can also be tabulating those results as they come. So once you're coming here, you're not coming to tabulate again, but just to verify those documentations and to sign where the dotted line is to be signed, so that the process can move as fast as possible. In terms of making those announcements, they have been very few and very wide in between, and that's possibly what is causing so much anxiety amongst Kenyans. IEBC staying calm, looking at their faces. Wafula Chebukati and his team not showing anything in terms of emotion on their faces, only insisting that we need to just take a step back and be calm and be patient, because those 7 days they are provided for in law are not yet over, and it isn't over until the fat lady sings again and again and again. I will always remind people of that statement. So patience will be critical in the next few hours.
All right. Leila Mohammed there, reporting for us at Bomas of Kenya, the nerve center. We're waiting for that fat lady. At some point, the fat lady will sing.